So in this video I'll show you how to solve a linear first order equation, xy prime plus y equals e to the x, with initial conditions specified. Y at x equals 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so the easiest way to solve this equation is to notice that xy prime plus y is just the derivative of x times y. So we can just write the left-hand side as the derivative of a function xy, and that's equal to e to the x. So if you have the derivative on one side of the equation, you can just integrate. So we will integrate then from x equal to 1, the starting value of x, up to x of the derivative of this function, xy prime dx, and that's equal to the integral from 1 to x of e to the x dx. So we can use the fundamental theorem of calculus to integrate this. The integral of a derivative of the function is just the function. So we get x y of x, right, xy at the upper limit, minus xy at the lower limit, but y of 1 is 0, so xy at the lower limit will be 0. And that's equal to the integral of e to the x, evaluated between x and 1. So e to the x minus e to the 1, which is just e. And immediately we get the answer that y is equal to e to the x minus e divided by x. Okay, so that's the simplest way to solve this problem. But let's say you might have a more complicated problem, or you may not see immediately that you have a derivative on the left-hand side. So let's look at this problem in another way. So again, xy prime plus y equals e to the x, and we'll do y of 1 equal to 0. So let's say instead of having the equation in this form, we have it in the standard form for a first order linear equation. We divide through by x. So y prime plus 1 over xy equals e to the x over x. Okay? In the standard form, we can remember the formula for integrating a first order linear differential equation. What you do is you compute the integrating factor, mu of x, as e to this term here, e to the integral of this term, which is usually called p of x dx, 1 over x dx. And that's the integrating factor, and we can have the integration going from x equal to 1 to x as the integrating factor. This is log x minus log 1, which is log x. E to the log x is just x. So it tells us the integrating factor is x, which means we should multiply both sides of this equation by x, which we kind of know already. And we can immediately write down the formula then for y. Y is equal to 1 over the integrating factor, 1 over x, times y of 1, which is 0 here, so times y of 1, which is 0, plus the integral from 1 to x, the integrating factor x, times the right-hand side, which is e to the x divided by x dx. Okay, so the formula for the first order equation is 1 over the integrating factor times y of 1 plus the integral from 1 to x of the integrating factor times the right-hand side dx. Okay? which we can do. So this is 1 over x. X cancels x, so the integral from 1 to x e to the x dx, which gives us e to the x minus e to the 1 over x. Same answer as before.